Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to talk about something that takes you way beyond just, chatting with AI. We're diving into how to actually delegate complex work to it. Let's jump right in. So let's kick things off with a question that honestly is going to completely reframe how you think about your AI assistant. Is it a partner you collaborate with, or is it more like an employee you brief to get a specific job done? Because the answer to that changes absolutely everything. You see, most of us live in this familiar world of the AI chat box, right? And it's awesome for brainstorming, getting quick answers, all that stuff. But there is another, much more powerful world, one that's built for pure execution. In this slide right here, it just perfectly captures that mental shift. On the left, we're asking for ideas, we're in a back and forth conversation, but on the right, we're giving a clear directive and asking for a finished outcome. That right there is the key difference. So that thinking partner mode, it's great, don't get me wrong. It's fantastic for learning, for exploring possibilities, but it has its limits. It really wasn't built to manage and complete a complex, multi-step project from start to finish. For that, we need a totally different approach. And that is what brings us to this whole other world, where we get to meet your AI agent. This is where the AI totally shifts its role from being an advisor to being an operator, a dedicated project runner. Okay, so what is agent mode really? Well, think of it like this. It's when you stop giving suggestions and you start handing over an entire goal. You give the AI permission to act, to decide, and to deliver a finished result. You're not asking for a reply, you're commissioning a deliverable. Yeah, this quote just nails it. You're actively switching your AI from an advisory role to an execution role. You're going from someone who gives you advice to someone who actually runs the project for you. So what's actually happening under the hood when you do this? The agent is basically designed to take the wheel. It breaks your big goal down into smaller steps, it figures out the best plan of attack, it uses whatever tools it needs, like search or data analysis, and it even makes reasonable assumptions to just get the job done and hand you back a polished final product. Now, this is an absolutely killer tool, but here's the catch. It's often a pretty scarce resource, so knowing exactly when to deploy your agent is crucial if you want to get those high-value, consultant-level results without, burning through all your uses. So you want to save agent mode for the big stuff, the heavy lifting. Think about auditing a whole business process, or comparing a few different strategic options and then telling you which one is best, or maybe creating a comprehensive 90-day launch plan from scratch. These are the kinds of outcome-driven tasks it's built for. And on the flip side, you really, really want to avoid wasting a use on the small stuff that's perfect for normal chat mode. Don't burn an agent run on just brainstorming a few titles, or asking for a simple explanation of something, or writing one quick email. That's just not what it's for. And look, this really matters. Why? Because your uses are almost always capped each month. So every single time you activate agent mode, it needs to count. It's meant for high-leverage work, not for just messing around and experimenting. Which brings me to probably the single best rule of thumb you can follow. Let's just call it the consultant test. It's simple. If you wouldn't open your wallet and pay a human consultant or a freelancer to do this exact task for you, then it's probably not a good use of agent mode. Okay, so you know when to use it, but how do you actually use it to get those amazing results? Well, crafting the perfect mission brief is the absolute key to getting that consultant-level output you're really looking for. Here's the secret. A great agent prompt is not a question. It's a job description, a mission brief. And it needs these 4 key parts. First, assign it a specific expert role. Second, define a crystal clear outcome. Third, list any constraints or rules it has to follow. And fourth, tell it exactly what deliverables you expect to get back. All right, let's look at a real-world example. This is so good. Notice how this isn't asking for a few LinkedIn tips. No way. This is a full-on project brief, commissioning a top-tier brand strategist to completely rebuild a profile, section by section. We're talking headline, summary, even a whole content strategy. It's a complete package. Or check this one out. In this case, the AI agent isn't just brainstorming. It's tasked with doing serious strategic work, conducting market research, analyzing why a partnership would be strategic, and then even suggesting outreach methods for 5 potential partners. This is high-level stuff. And this last example is brilliant because it really shows the agent using tools, not just its brain. It's searching a real database of homes. It's filtering the results based on some very strict criteria, and then it's drafting a personalized daily summary email. That is a complete automated workflow all in one go. So, when you put all this together, the real key here is to build a super clear mental model for yourself. You need a simple framework so you're always using the right AI mode for the right job, which is how you maximize your results. And this simple framework just clarifies everything, doesn't it? You use standard chat mode to think with the AI, where you're a collaborator. You use agent mode to have it decide for you, which puts you in the role of a delegator. And then you can use automation tools to have it do it for you over and over, where you just act as the supervisor. This brings us to a really crucial point. Agent mode isn't necessarily smarter than chat mode. The real difference, the game changer, is that you've given it the permission to take the lead, to make decisions, and to execute on its own. It's a shift in authority, not just in intelligence. So that really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Now that you're not just a user anymore, but an operator who can truly delegate complex work, what is the first high-value task you're going to hand off to your new AI agent?